Have you ever looked in the mirror and thought, where did all my energy go? Maybe your knees creak a little louder when you stand up, or it takes just a bit longer to remember where you put the keys. If you're over 60, you're not alone. And no, it's not just old age. A lot of the changes we feel as we get older aren't just about getting older. They're about what we're feeding our bodies. And the truth is, small changes can lead to big improvements. Now here's a simple, almost too good to be true idea. What if adding just the right fruits to your daily routine could help you feel sharper, move easier, and stay healthier well into your 80s, 90s, or even beyond? In today's video, we're talking about 5 of the best fruits seniors should be eating every single day. Not exotic, hard-to-find things, just simple, delicious fruits you've probably walked past 100 times at the grocery store without realizing what they could do for you. We're talking about better memory, stronger immunity, smoother digestion, and a heart that keeps on ticking with power and purpose. Let's dive in with a fruit so powerful, scientists have nicknamed it the brain berry. Blueberries may be small, but don't let their size fool you. These little gems are packed with antioxidants, especially a type called anthocyanins, which give them that deep, rich blue color. But more importantly, anthocyanins protect your brain. They help reduce inflammation, improve communication between brain cells, and slow down the kind of damage that leads to memory loss and even Alzheimer's. Let's make this personal. Meet Walter. He's 78, a retired history teacher who used to remember every student's name from the class of '85. But over the last couple of years, he noticed things slipping, forgetting doctor appointments, misplacing his phone, walking into the kitchen and not remembering why. His daughter, worried about early signs of cognitive decline, gently encouraged him to try a few changes, starting with breakfast. So Walter began tossing a handful of blueberries into his morning oatmeal. That's it. No pills, no expensive supplements, just blueberries. After a few months, he noticed he wasn't losing his train of thought as often. He felt more focused and even more upbeat. It wasn't a miracle cure, but it was a noticeable shift, just from eating the right food consistently. What's amazing is that these results aren't just anecdotal. Studies show that older adults who eat blueberries regularly actually perform better on memory tests. Not only that, but blueberries improve blood flow to the brain and protect it from oxidative stress, kind of like rust on your car, but in your brain. And the best part? They taste great. Toss them into a smoothie, sprinkle them over yogurt, or eat them straight from the bowl like nature's candy. However you enjoy them, just make them a habit. Your brain is one of the most vital parts of your independence. When your mind is clear and sharp, you're more confident, more capable, and more in control of your life. And something as simple as a daily serving of blueberries can help support that clarity, day after day. Now let's talk about another fruit that works its magic a little lower in the body, your heart. Because what good is a sharp mind if your heart's struggling to keep up? That brings us to avocados. Yes, they're technically a fruit. And yes, they're loaded with fat, but the good kind. The kind of fat that supports your heart, not harms it. George, age 75, had always been skeptical of health advice. He'd been on blood pressure meds for years, but nothing seemed to really make him feel better. His doctor kept reminding him to eat better, but what did that even mean? Then, one day, while his granddaughter was visiting, she made him avocado toast. He raised an eyebrow but gave it a try. The next morning, she made it again. And soon, George made it part of his breakfast routine. What happened next surprised even his doctor. Within a few months, his blood pressure readings were lower, his cholesterol levels improved, and he said he felt more energetic throughout the day. He wasn't just avoiding the bad stuff. He was feeding his body the right stuff. Avocados are rich in monounsaturated fats. Those are the fats that help lower bad cholesterol while raising the good kind. They're also high in potassium, which most seniors don't get enough of. Potassium helps balance sodium in the body, reducing strain on your blood vessels and keeping your blood pressure in check. But the benefits go further than just the heart. When circulation improves, so does everything else. Your brain gets more oxygen, your hands and feet stay warmer, and even your skin can look healthier. Poor circulation, on the other hand, can lead to fatigue, cold limbs, slow wound healing, and more. So, supporting your heart and blood vessels is one of the smartest things you can do as you age, and avocados are one delicious way to do it. They're easy to work into your meals too. Spread them on toast, blend them into a smoothie, or dice them up into a salad. However you eat them, the key is consistency. It's not about a one-time superfood moment, it's about daily habits that keep your engine running strong. Now, let's keep going. Because there's a fruit that not only supports your heart, but takes your circulation to the next level, while also fighting the hidden enemy that speeds up aging from the inside out. I'm talking about inflammation, the root cause of joint pain, fatigue, and so many chronic illnesses. And there's one beautiful, jewel-like fruit that helps with all of that. But before we jump into that, take a second to think about your current daily routine. Are you giving your body what it really needs to thrive? Are your meals helping you feel energized, focused, and strong? If not, don't worry. You're not alone. And the good news is, it's never too late to start. Small steps, like adding these fruits to your day, can add up in a big way over time. So take a deep breath, maybe grab a glass of water, and let's keep going. That next fruit I mentioned? It's pomegranate. You've probably seen one before, those rich red orbs filled with sparkling seeds, but you might not have realized just how powerful they are. Pomegranates have been a symbol of vitality for centuries, and modern science is finally catching up to what ancient cultures always seemed to know. This fruit can do wonders for your health. Inside those juicy seeds are plant compounds called polyphenols, which are some of the strongest natural antioxidants you can find. These compounds help improve blood flow, lower inflammation, and protect your cells from the kind of slow damage that builds up over time. For older adults especially, this means better heart function, clearer thinking, and even more mobility in your joints. Eleanor, an 80-year-old retired nurse, had been dealing with stiffness in her knees and fatigue that just wouldn't go away. She missed her morning walks and had started turning down outings with her friends. After watching a video much like this one, she decided to give pomegranates a try. Nothing drastic, just a small glass of fresh pomegranate juice in the morning. It didn't happen overnight. But within a few weeks, she felt something shift. Her knees weren't aching quite as much when she stood up. She had more pep in her step. She even found herself reaching out to neighbors to go for walks again. That daily dose of pomegranate became more than a health tip. It became a lifeline back to the kind of life she loved. And that's the power of a fruit that improves circulation. When your blood flows freely, your entire body benefits. Your brain gets sharper, your skin glows a bit brighter, and your energy feels more stable. Plus, those same antioxidants that help your heart also protect against the effects of aging. They fight off oxidative stress, the stuff that makes you feel older than you really are. And don't worry, you don't have to wrestle with the whole fruit if it feels like too much work. You can buy ready-to-eat pomegranate seeds or choose a good quality juice. Just look for one with no added sugar. Sprinkle the seeds on your yogurt, add them to a salad, or enjoy them on their own. A little bit each day goes a long way. Now, while pomegranates do a great job of getting things flowing, let's talk about a fruit that helps with what happens after you eat, digestion. Because let's be honest, the older we get, the more our stomachs seem to fight back. That heavy feeling after a meal, the bloating, the sluggishness, the occasional discomfort, it's more common than most people admit. And that's where papaya comes in. This tropical fruit isn't just sweet and refreshing. It's packed with natural enzymes, especially one called papain. This little enzyme acts like a helper in your gut, breaking down proteins and easing the digestive process. It's like giving your stomach a hand so it doesn't have to work quite so hard. Helen, a 76-year-old widow, used to love cooking for herself. But after meals, she often felt bloated or tired, and food just didn't sit right anymore. She tried cutting out dairy, skipping meals, even drinking herbal teas. Nothing gave her lasting relief. Then a friend from her church group told her about papaya. Skeptical but curious, Helen added a small bowl of fresh papaya after lunch each day. The change wasn't dramatic, but it was real. The bloating went down, her energy came back, and for the first time in a while, she actually looked forward to eating. She wasn't just digesting food better, she was absorbing nutrients more efficiently too. That's something people don't often realize. As we age, our bodies become less efficient at pulling vitamins and minerals out of the foods we eat. Even if your diet is good, your gut might not be keeping up. But papaya can help bridge that gap. It's rich in fiber, vitamin C, folate, and antioxidants like beta-carotene, all of which support both digestion and immune strength. And speaking of the immune system, papaya is an excellent daily ally. A single serving can give you more than 100% of your daily vitamin C needs. That's critical for staying healthy, especially as your body naturally produces fewer immune cells with age. Whether it's colds, flu, or just general fatigue, a strong immune system makes everything easier to bounce back from. You can eat papaya fresh, blend it into a smoothie, or even mix it into fruit salad. It's soft, easy to chew, and gentle on the stomach, which makes it perfect for folks who've grown tired of heavier foods. And the benefits? They're not just in how you feel after a meal. They show up in your energy, your comfort, and your overall resilience day after day. There's something powerful about realizing that food, real, simple food, can help you feel more in control of your health again. It's not about overhauling your whole life or starting a new diet. It's about adding in the things your body actually wants. The things that nourish it, that give it strength, and that help it do its job a little more easily. And that brings us to one more fruit, one that often gets overlooked because it's so common. But don't let that fool you. This fruit packs a serious punch when it comes to reducing inflammation, balancing blood sugar, and even protecting against chronic disease. You may already have it in your kitchen. You may have been eating it your whole life without realizing just how good it really is. So before we move on, let's take a moment to appreciate how far we've come. If you've ever felt like your body was working against you, like no matter what you tried, nothing seemed to help, just know this: your body hasn't given up on you. It's just been waiting for you to give it what it truly needs. Real food, real fuel, real care. Are you ready to discover the final fruit that could make all the difference? Let's talk about apples. Yes, good old-fashioned apples. They're so familiar that we sometimes forget just how powerful they can be. But when it comes to supporting long-term health, apples are one of the most underrated champions out there. They may not have the exotic flair of papayas or the vibrant color of pomegranates, but they work quietly in the background, protecting your heart, supporting your gut, and helping your body age with strength and grace. Albert, now 82, had always considered himself a tough guy. He'd worked in construction most of his life, kept active, and rarely complained. But in recent years, he started to notice that even small tasks, like bending to tie his shoes or climbing a few steps, left him stiff and sore. His doctor mentioned inflammation and suggested medication, but Albert wanted to try something simple first. He remembered a saying from his younger years: "An apple a day keeps the doctor away." So he started doing just that, one apple a day, every morning after breakfast. Within a few months, the stiffness in his joints eased up. His digestion improved. He had fewer of those mid-afternoon crashes that made him feel like he needed a nap before dinner. And the best part? It didn't feel like a chore. It was just a crisp, refreshing habit that made him feel better day by day. Apples are full of soluble fiber, particularly a kind called pectin. This fiber helps slow down digestion, which prevents sudden spikes in blood sugar, a major concern as we age. Balanced blood sugar means steadier energy and less risk of developing type 2 diabetes. It also means fewer sugar crashes, which can leave you irritable, foggy, or just plain exhausted. And then there's the gut. You've probably heard that the gut is like a second brain. That's because it communicates constantly with the rest of your body, your immune system, your mood, even your memory. Apples help feed the good bacteria in your gut, acting as a natural prebiotic. When your gut is happy, everything else works better too. But perhaps the most important thing apples do is fight inflammation. Chronic inflammation is like a slow-burning fire inside the body. It may not always cause obvious symptoms, but over time it contributes to arthritis, heart disease, cognitive decline, and even cancer. The polyphenols in apples help put out that fire. They reduce oxidative stress, improve circulation, and protect your cells from damage. You don't need to peel them or cook them. Just rinse and bite. Or, if your teeth aren't a fan of crunchy snacks, slice them thin, cook them down a bit with cinnamon, or pair them with a spoonful of peanut butter. However you enjoy them, the important thing is that they're consistent in your life. It's easy to dismiss something that feels too simple. But remember, longevity isn't about chasing fads or spending hundreds on supplements. It's about small, sustainable choices. The kind that add up over weeks, months, and years. The kind that don't feel overwhelming but quietly shift the way your body moves, feels, and recovers. Now let's take a step back for a moment and think about what we've covered together. We've talked about blueberries for your brain, avocados for your heart, pomegranates for your circulation, papayas for your gut, and apples for your entire system. These aren't magic foods, but they are powerful, natural allies, each one bringing something unique to the table. And more importantly, they're not hard to find or complicated to prepare. You don't need a gourmet kitchen or fancy recipes. You just need to show up for yourself every day with intention. A handful of blueberries stirred into oatmeal, half an avocado mashed on toast, a glass of pomegranate juice with breakfast, a bowl of papaya after lunch, an apple in the afternoon instead of cookies or crackers. These are the kinds of habits that carry you forward. That help you stay strong enough to play with your grandkids, sharp enough to read your favorite mystery novel, and independent enough to keep doing the things you love, whether that's gardening, dancing, volunteering, or just enjoying a quiet morning with your coffee. It's easy to underestimate the power of fruit. After all, we've heard about eating fruits and vegetables our entire lives. But now, more than ever, it matters. Not just for the numbers on your blood test, but for your daily quality of life, your energy, your clarity, your comfort, your joy. And here's the best part. It's never too late. Whether you're 60 or 90, you can start today. One piece of fruit. One simple change. You'll be amazed how different things feel when you give your body what it needs to thrive. If you found something helpful in this video, something you want to try, or maybe something you already do, leave a comment below and tell us about it. We love hearing your stories, your wins, and even your struggles. Your experience might be exactly what someone else needs to hear today. And if you haven't yet, don't forget to click like and subscribe to Strong Elderly Life. We're building a community of folks just like you, people who want to stay strong, stay curious, and live life to the fullest at every age. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. Your health is worth every moment of care and attention. So here's to you, your strength, your wisdom, and your next chapter. Keep moving forward, one good choice at a time. Here's to living your best life at any age.